Hi, so today we will be making our very first Arduino project. In the last video we've talked about the new Arduino IDE software, but I'm not gonna use it, I'm gonna use the old one because I'm sure not all of you have it yet, so I don't want to be confusing. So, this project is called Blinking LED, because you're gonna make an LED blink. You only need two things really, Arduino and an LED of any kind. The goal today is to make your LED blink in a given time, like every 1 second or 2 seconds. Firstly, let's start with the software part. So, the first thing that you need to do is of course open the software. So click on Arduino IDE, wait a second, and when it's opened, click on Files and Examples. Now examples is this thing that Arduino added, so you don't have to code the codes for simple project like this, it's just pre-coded. So go to Examples, Basics and Blink. And window like this should pop out after a second. And I will explain how the code works for some of you. If you don't care about how it works, just skip to this minute and go on from there. So firstly, it looks really complicated, but don't worry, this gray part, for example, you can just delete it right now. It doesn't mean anything, it's just a comment for you. So I can delete it if it confuses you, doesn't matter. So, every single Arduino code has two parts. First is called void setup, where you set up your things, like now we are using an LED. And what we want is electricity to go through the LED so it turns on. So if you want electricity to go out of the Arduino, you need to use something called output, right here. If you want the electricity to go in, it's called an input, like this. But we don't want it, we want electricity to go out. So LED is an output. And the second part of every Arduino code is something called void loop. Here you put the actual thing that you want to happen. We want LED to turn on, then wait a second, then turn off, and then wait a second and again turn on, and like this forever. So, firstly, there is this mambo jumbo. It doesn't matter. It just things are called differently in Arduino world. You don't say turn on, you say high like this. So high means on, low means off. You just need to learn it. It's not that complicated. So first thing, we want LED to turn on, so high, like this. Then we want to wait for a second. Waiting in Arduino has this function called delay. So delay 1000 means wait for 1000 milliseconds, and 1000 milliseconds is 1 second, so wait for 1 second. Then we want to turn it off, the LED, so it's low. As I said, low means off, high means on. So now LED is low. And we again want to wait for a second until it turns on again. But as you can see, the code here ends, but the void loop is called void loop for a reason. It loops forever. So when it's done, the code part, it just repeats, it goes up here and forever it goes like this. So delay 1000, then again high, and so on. And that's actually all the code you need for this project. As you can see, we did all we want. We turn it on, wait, off, wait, on, and forever. And yeah, this project has the simplest code ever. That's why it's used for your very first Arduino project. So yeah, you need to transfer the code to the Arduino. So firstly, you need to connect it like this to your PC, so the PC can communicate with the Arduino. So go to your application and click on Tools, then pick your board Now you have to pick your board. It depends on what kind of Arduino you are using. You might have Uno or Nano, but I'm gonna use Mega. It's written on the Arduino itself, so don't worry. Then go to Tools again, and now go to Ports. My Arduino is connected to port 6, so I pick port 6. And now when it's all done, I can go, verify the code or upload. I want to upload the code because, I want the code to go to the Arduino. Now this process might take a few seconds. Now you see there is done uploading, so it means it went well, and now the code is officially in your Arduino. Now let's get to the second part of any Arduino project, the hardware, or aka the real life part. So Arduino itself looks hella complicated, but 99% you don't need to know for this project, or any for that matter. You actually need only 2 pins. They are marked 13 and G and D. I'm sure in school you have been taught that every battery has a positive and a negative part. So in this case the G and D is the negative and 13 is the positive. Take a good look at the LED. It has 2 legs and one is slightly smaller than the other one. So connect the smaller one to the G and D and the taller one to the pin 13. After connected your LED and uploaded your code, you should see an LED blink every 1 second. If you wanna change the interval to whatever you want, you can do it by changing this number. Your very first Arduino project is done. Congrats. I will be making more project tutorials video in the future, but for now that's all from me, and goodbye.